You're living through a moment where this is the most consequential historical climax, like, since the American Civil War. That's not BS, that's not spin. Yeah, this is even, this is, I mean, like 1776 Tea Party. Yeah.
We're having that moment right now.
Yeah, and it's a question, right? And I have no idea if we're gonna win or not. So yeah, you have a thought?
Why don't we go on the offense?
We're trying, man. That's a good question.
I like what you're the only one that I see.
Well, it's because thank you, and I'm not the only one. But let me tell you why. By the grace of God, I am not in federal prison. By the grace of God, I'm not indicted. That's not a joke. That's what these people do. Okay. Well, look, you're right, and I pray for me every day, and pray, and you should, because there's only a few of us that actually play offense. James O'Keefe plays offense.
Yes.
But what happened to him?
Yeah, what happened? Right.
Yeah.
They removed him from his organization. He's under criminal investigation by the FBI and the Westchester DA. Steve Bannon plays offense. He's going to go to federal prison next month. Tucker Carlson plays offense. They took him off air. Any player that plays, Donald Trump plays offense. He's facing 600 years in federal prison. That's why we don't play offense. How about this? We have 16 literally amazing senior citizens that have done such good for our country in Michigan that are facing rest of their life in prison because they signed a document to become an alternate elector. To become an alternate elector. Most people don't even know about this story. This story was buried. I'm going to talk about this tonight. These are 16 senior citizens. I'll tell you about Rose Rook, 81 years old, from Paw Paw, Michigan. She signed a piece of paper to become an alternate elector, her constitutional right with historical precedent. She's facing 120 years in federal prison. 81 years old, she has $30,000 to her name, and her husband died 10 years ago. And the Michigan AG is trying to show her as a domestic terrorist. She can't defend herself. The whole weight of the world is, the cruelty is the point. We are dealing with savages. This is not normal. This is ultra revolution time. Like, they are eating the country from within. The problem is they preempt us against offense, but that is not an excuse. We all have to play offense. We have to take the initiative. But here's the thing, we are not good offensive players. I'll prove it to you.
That's absolutely correct.
Because conservatives definitionally are defensive. We are conserving against their offense, right? So like by our temperament is to build businesses and churches and be agreeable. Our temperament, we don't think like revolutionaries. Well, we got to change that.
Some of us do.
I know, but
It's not enough.
my next book is literally called Right-Wing Revolution. Like, I'm trying to make people think in a way where we're trying to stop their refounding of America. Here's the good news. If you want like the good news of all this, the founders have given us this unbelievable opportunity. The fact that we still have some semblance of a constitution gives us hope. Like, if we did not have the founders, God bless them. Like, I'll give you an example, the Electoral College. If it was not for the Electoral College, this is game, set, match, we're done. Now we have a chance, right? A collection of states. It's still going to be very hard, right? But there's still hope, is what I'm saying. There's a roadmap. The founders saw this. They were like, we're going to make it really hard, not impossible, really hard to destroy this place, right? They put so many checks and balances in that think about how much we've survived, right? The fact that we still have fight, and honestly, it's a gift from Madison, Hamilton, and Jay of how they saw this, right? Like I tell people, the North Star is our founding fathers. The North Star is our own documents. The North Star is the Declaration of the Constitution. Like, that's what we're trying to get back to. We're trying to defend that. I want to win. No, but I want to win. But why do you think we will win?
I believe in the spirit of the human, just the humanness of that. We will step up when we have to step
So
up.
this is so interesting. I totally disagree because, and let me tell you, I got into a debate with an atheist. So and it ties to this. Like, he said, okay, Charlie, I can't believe in God after the Holocaust. And I said, I can't believe in humanity after the Holocaust. I said, I still believe in God. I've lost all faith in humans. So I want you to think about that, right? I have zero faith in humanity.
But look what humans did to Christ.
Yes, I mean, they didn't stop Mao, they didn't stop Hitler, they didn't stop Mussolini, they didn't stop, I'm not saying, you might be right. Now
I'm an optimist.
But I am too, but I don't do hopium, right? I don't do hope and opium feels good, it's really bad for you. I'm right in the middle. I'm like, we could win triumphantly, or this could get really bad. And I'm just being honest. Like, I don't think what I'm getting at, and we're having fun, right? I don't think our victory is inevitable. I don't.
We'll have to work for it.
Yeah, and rededicate everything. And by the way, that last paragraph of the Declaration, I think, just rings in our soul. Our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor. That's everything. right? And we are not at a place where Americans are willing to do that, right?
Yes, we are.
No, we're
There are
not.
a bunch of
Not
us.
at
It
all.
doesn't
Well,
take
you are,
much.
but it takes 3 to 5%. If you can get to 3 to 5%, you could save the country. So that's the good question, right? Are we there? I'm not being pessimistic. I'm being real, right?
But what's the method?
What is
this? That's what's missing. I watch shows and books, and what's the
Well,
actual
all of the
method?
above. All the above. You have to, first and foremost, politics is a vector, right? California's in a different spot. I'll be honest. The all-out, like weak-kneed, spineless red states, you would, if you came in and you did not know the composition of this country, you would think Democrats control like every governor's mansion, every AG. What is the method? The method is Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, South Carolina, Arkansas start acting the way the blue states act. I've said this publicly, I'll say it again. We need Republican AGs indicting every major Democrat across the board. We need DAs starting to indict. That's not going to happen because they don't want it bad enough.
That's right.
They're a bunch of Mike Pences. This is what gives me hope, though. What gives me hope is that the actual rank and file of the Republican base is like on fire, energized. Like I can't stay ahead of my audience. Like I do this for 3 hours a day, and they're better researched than I am, and I do this for like 18 hours. Like they're sending me articles of like WHO treaties and like, did you know about like him repealing Obama repealing the propaganda? It is the most informed audience I've ever dealt with. And that's like a massive shot in the arm of optimism, right? That shows that good things are happening. What drives me nuts, and we got to change it, is our leaders are so disconnected from the voters. And California is its own thing. Let's just talk about the 10 reddest states in the country, right? South and North Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, forget Texas, like the Arkansas, Alabama, Mississippi. Like we should be waging all-out war against the left on these states, and we're not. Like we're kind of like, well, I hope it gets better.